Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you are studying financial management and need help preparing for exams, this channel is for you. Please like, subscribe and share this video with other students. Today's topic is job costing, but I will be focusing only on general journal. General journal records all financial transactions, debits and credits. It means for every transaction, two accounts are affected. I have mixed previous question papers just to cover possible transactions, guys. The question paper I will be starting with is November 2019. On question 2.1, record the following in the general journal. 2.1.1, material purchased to be calculated as the balancing figure in the material account. That means we need to calculate our material that was purchased during the production. Here's our information. The Big Mama's Pty Ltd manufactures waist trimmer belts. The company is currently working on two jobs, namely Job XXL and XXL. Job XXL was started 3 months ago, while Job XXL was only started in October, which is the current month. The following information was extracted from the company's records. This is our opening balance, and then these are costs that incurred during the production. Guys, this part only affects general ledger, not general journal. The information that will be affecting general journal is the cost that incurred during the month or year, and also the additional information, what they will be telling us in the information. Another thing, guys, you should know whenever you're preparing GJ, in accounting, the general journal typically starts with the debit side because of accounting equation. So please always start with the account that will be debited first. 2.1.1 tells us that material purchased. So the account that will be debited, it's material because our material increases. As a business, we went to buy material. So it will be material. Obviously, we need to calculate the material purchased. And then the account that will be credited is bank or creditors. The reason why bank, if ever the business purchased the material in cash, or maybe we purchased goods and services in credit. So if it's cash, it's bank, and then if we purchased in credit, it's creditors control. So we need to know how much did we spend purchasing the material. Cost incurred during the month says we have two materials, spandex and also buttons. This is the total amount of it. And then let's go and see our additional information says what? Overheads are recovered at the rate of 12% of direct material cost. That doesn't affect us. Selling and administration also doesn't affect us. Job XXL was invoiced at 75% of total cost. Nope. The amount of material purchased for spandex is equal to the number of buttons. So guys, this means that during the month, we increased the material by only buying spandex, which is equal to the number of buttons, meaning 10,000 and also 5,000 is 15,000. That is equals to the number of material purchased in addition. So it's 15,000. 1, 2, 3. I'll just write it here just in case. Oh, another thing, in this question paper, there was an error, guys. According to the memorandum, it proves that it was supposed to be indirect material, not indirect labor, because also here they ask us to prepare indirect material issued, not indirect labor allocated. Quickly need to fix it, guys. Write material because it's indirect material. We have direct material and indirect material, and also additional information whereby there was a transaction of purchasing the material. We already calculated it. It's 15,000 because we've been told that it's equals to the number of buttons. You can open your open bracket in material and then just put the total number of spandex. It's 15,000 plus 25,000. It gives us 40,000. 1, 2, 3. And then plus 15,000, which is the total number of buttons for both jobs. And then also the amount that we already calculated from the additional information. It's also 15,000 plus 15,000 plus the indirect material. It was also purchased, even though it went to manufacturing, not to production. Hence, it's indicated indirect material. We need to add it here, because here they want the material that was purchased. Plus 5,000 plus 3,000, that's 8,000. 1, 2, 3, guys. Close bracket. So guys, here you get your total. This is how you need to write it in order for you to get marks also. You need to show your calculations, guys. You get your 78,000, meaning the total amount of material that was purchased during the month is 78,000. As an accountant, you need to show that you understand your work. Why did you debit your material and then credit your bank or creditors? It's because total material was purchased. That's your reason. That's our 2.1. 2.1.2 says direct material issued. Now you need to know what account will be debited, what account will be credited. When the material is issued, obviously we are losing material. Our material account decreases, and then our production account increases because it's a direct material, meaning the account that will be debited is production control, and then the account that will be credited is material. So guys, now direct material issued. This is our issued material, 15,000 and 25,000, and then also 10,000 and 5,000. That is the total amount of issued material. We don't include indirect material. It's 15,000 plus 25,000 plus 10,000, 1, 2, 3, plus 5,000, 1, 2, 3. That gives us 55,000. That is the total amount of material that was issued to production, 55,000. Then we are done with our 2.1.2. 2.1.3 says indirect material issued. Indirect material issued, two accounts also are affected. Is manufacturing and also material. In cost and management accounting, guys, I even said this in my first video. I even explained this in my first video when we were preparing general ledgers, that indirect always affect manufacturing overheads account, not production. In production, only the direct expenses that occurred. So the account that will be debited is manufacturing, and also the account that will be credited is material. Our indirect material is 8,000, so we 8,000, and also we credit, 1, 2, 3. What's the reason? Here you need to know that direct material issued, and then what's the reason here? Indirect material issued, hence I debited my manufacturing and credited my material. Indirect material issued. That's all for our general channel in 2019 question. And then here you get your 12 marks, guys. This is your 12 marks. Now we proceed to September 2020 on question 6. Also, they asked that we should record the transactions in the general journal, materials only, 11 marks. So here's the information that tells us about 2 jobs, and then balance on 1st May 2017, meaning this is our opening balances. Transactions during the year, these are the costs incurred during the year, and then we have our additional information. Bullet number 1 will affect our channel, and also bullet number 2 will affect our channel. Bullet number 3 also affects our channel. Bullet number 4 also affects our channel. Bullet number 1 says all purchases are on credit, guys. So we have material purchase, which is material. And then they told us that it was purchased on credit. All purchases are on credit. All of them are on credit, meaning we have creditors control. Creditors control. And then we need all our purchases. All our purchase, here's the purchases 75,000 and 50,000. And we also being told that indirect material was purchased also. Since it's total purchase, whenever you're doing total purchase, you include direct and indirect material that was purchased. That gives us total purchase. So guys, make sure that you open your brackets, guys, showing that 75,000 and 30,000, also that 15,000. You don't just give the total amount, because that's one mark. You need to show calculations also. 75,000, 1 2 3, plus 30,000, 1 2 3, plus 15,000, 1 2 3. That gives us 120,000. And then also we have used 120,000. Bullet number 2 says purchases of indirect material during the year were. So bullet number 2, it's indirect material. Oh, the reason here, guys, is total material purchased. Bullet number 2 tells us about indirect material that was purchased. So we debit our manufacturing account, and then also we credit our material account that will be credited. It's manufacturing 10,000, the total of 10,000. 1 2 3, and also 1 2 3. The reason is indirect material issued. And also, guys, material issued, here we have the material issued, which is a direct material, meaning the account that will be debited is production control, and the account that will be credited is material control. Make sure that, guys, you make your calculations. Don't forget that this is your marks. 25,000 plus 30,000 plus 5,000 plus 3,500. It gives us 63,500. 63,500. The reason why? Direct material issued. That's the reason, guys. Bullet number 4 says direct labor cost incurred during the year is 35,000. So we have a new transaction. It's total labor. It's labor control, the account that will be debited, and then we credit wages payable. Debit labor control, and then we credit wages payable. They are telling us the total labor during the year is 35,000. So 35,000, 1 2 3, and then also 35,000, 1 2 3. The reason for these transactions is that total labor cost. Oh, guys, please don't make a mistake of taking this 3,500 hours, because it's hours. We need the amount. And also, guys, let's say we were not given the 35,000. If the total amount of labor hours worked was not given, you needed to calculate it, but we were going to be given the rate. 35,000 divided by 3,500 hours worked, which is 10. Meaning here we will be given 10 rand per hour. So the moment you say 10 rand per hour times 3,500 hours worked, it is going to give the total labor cost. You take that amount, just in case if labor cost amount was not given. As they were specific, we should only do material. But since we are practicing, I did it, just in case it would be asked in the future question paper. Okay, we are done with our question 6. Let's proceed to the next question paper, which is June 2022. Also on question 6. This is the last question paper, guys. It's June 2022 on question 6. The information says the following information is an extract from the books of Batubi Ltd, who are working on the job DMX, the opening balance of DMX, transaction during the year, actual expenses incurred during the year. These are the expenses that are incurred during the year. In my previous video, when I was preparing job costing based on general ledger and job cost statement, we did manufacturing, but then in the question paper that we were doing, we did not have the transactions that affect manufacturing. Here are the actual expenses that incurred. You see factory electricity, factory rent, depreciation, factory rates and taxes, guys. All of this, indirect labor cost, all of this, they affect manufacturing on the debit side. So take note of this, guys. If you haven't watched my first video, go and watch my first video whereby we solved the general ledger and job costing. They say record the transactions above in the general channel. They asked us to prepare material purchased. I will just say it now, guys, because we already prepared material purchased. We said that if they say material purchased, debit our material control, and then we credit our bank or credit depending if goods and services were bought cash or in credit. Hence, we credit our bank or creditors control. Add all three of this amount, including indirect material, and then you get your total. Oh, we should just do it, guys. We debit material control, credit bank or creditors, because we don't know if goods and services were purchased cash or on credit. And then here is our purchases. We add all three of this amount. Make sure you show the calculations, guys. 1,200 and then also 10,250 plus 650. There we get our total purchase. 1 to 100. 6.1.2 says material issued. Material issued, as we all know, guys, by now, it affects two accounts, which is production and material control. 900, you will take 950 rand and also 6,500 only. You don't include the 300 because the 300 is for the indirect material issued. It will give you your total material issued, and then you close it as material issued to production. 6.1.3 indirect material issued is 300. So the account that will be debited is manufacturing, and then the account that will be credited material control. 300. And then we have total labor. Remember, also did total labor, but I'll start from here in total labor just to do it again. We have total labor, guys. And then we debit labor control, and also we credit wages payable. Hours spent as per employee clock card, it's 10,000 hours. Labor rate per hour is this. Indirect labor cost, it's 35,000 indirect labor cost. So we want the total labor, meaning we will include the direct labor and indirect labor, guys. It is the same as total material control. You include direct material and also indirect material. Hours spent as per employee clock card, 10,000 hours. Labor rate per hour. This should give us our direct labor and also indirect labor cost, 35,000. Guys, we add all this. We add the direct labor and indirect labor. But for the direct labor, we need to calculate. We need to have a calculations. You see here, guys, we don't have the total amount of direct labor. So you take the total hours worked, which is 10,000. 1, 2, 3. And then you times it by the rate, which is 10.50 cents, and then you get your direct labor, guys. So you need to show calculations, always remember that. And then you should just show here plus 35,000 for indirect labor. 35, 1, 2, 3, close the bracket. It gives us 140,000. That is our total labor. The reason why you debited labor control and then created wages payable is because is total labor cost. 6.1.5 says direct labor. We should prepare direct labor. Direct labor, the account that will be debited is production, guys. We debit production, control. Then we credit labor cost. Our direct labor is the one that we need to calculate 10,000 hours times 10.50 cents. We get your total of direct labor, guys. It's 105,000. 105,000. The reason for debiting production and then crediting labor cost is direct labor allocated or allocation of labor cost. We don't issue labor, but we allocate labor. So it's allocation of labor. And then 6.1.6 says indirect labor. Indirect labor, two accounts will be affected also, which is manufacturing and labor cost. We will debit manufacturing and then we credit labor cost. Indirect labor, guys, we were given is 35,000. The reason why there is allocation of indirect material. I believe we have covered all the possible questions for general journal. That's it for the day. Feel free to comment and ask anything under job costing. Thank you for watching.